So let's start at the beginning. Pages, Page of Pentacles. This can be a child if it's a page, or someone under the age of 30. Pentacles are Earth, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I don't see anything else around that. So I'm really feeling that this is messages. All pages are about messages. And the pentacles are usually good news regarding money or material goods, worldly ambition. So did you put your resume out there and you want to get some information back? Did you write that letter that you've been meaning to do? Well, this looks like the response to something you've been waiting for a while. And this could be something out of the blue as well. Justice card crosses this, so this might be an apology. This might be, someone borrowed money and didn't return it, being material goods, or this can be something in the material plane. But justice basically is when a wrong has been righted. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is within the legal system. It can be, it can, it crosses you, so it does feel like it's adding to this communication of the Page of Pentacles. So maybe you've been paying on child support and you're done. So this does feel like good news about material things. Could be money, could be physical things like a house, job, things like that. But justice, something will be brought to balance that has been out of balance for a while. And this could even be communication from someone that you've been needing an apology or just connecting with that you haven't in a while. So it does feel like something from the past will be righted this month. Strength is above this. This is one of the major arcana cards, so it does feel like your strength has come into play this month. So there may be some things flowing around you, maybe not of your design, that kind of fall into your lap. This does feel like your focus is really good. So strengthen your conviction. I'm feeling the infinity sign here light up. And this also can be a Leo. This card, the Strength card, is for the Leo as well. So is there a Leo in your life that is you've been spending more time with? But it does feel like continue with your unwavering strength, your tenacity, and keep your eye on the prize is what I'm seeing. That there may be some challenges here and there, and they do feel more emotional than financial in nature. And they could just be about timing too. So gather your strength and keep your eye on the prize, and let's see what happens. But it does feel like you will be using some of your internal strength again this month, Scorpio. So the 4 is here, and this is kind of the disappointed, crying over spilt milk. There may be a decision to be made as well. So it does feel like you're focusing on things maybe with expectation in mind and not realizing the big picture, that there's something right in front of you that will really be the missing piece of the puzzle that you have been looking for. This is the cups. Cups are emotions, can be love. So you may have some new choices in the love venue, Scorpio, or you may have some choices within a committed relationship as well. But it does look like something that has happened in the past is making you question things, and also bringing up your expectations of the situation and kind of narrowing your focus. So widen your focus a little bit to include all things that are being offered to you. But it does look like something you thought would happen didn't. You're a little disappointed. But a lot of times the thing that replaces what we wanted the most is even better, and we had no idea of it. So it does feel like there are new things coming to you and new choices. And for those of you that are, in single bodies, this can be choices on dating. So you might be ready to put yourself out there. But it does feel like you were disappointed in the past emotionally, but that there is an offering, a gift for you that's right there that you're not seeing. So see if you can be patient and let it float to you. This is something that is in the past position, so it might be something that already happened. So the Magician is here, that's getting in touch with yourself. I know that a lot of water signs are kind of recommitting to their spirituality right now. Well, a lot of people are I shouldn't just limit it to water signs, but there's been a huge shift. Kind of that paradigm shift, the beginning of that paradigm from patriarchal to matriarchal shift is on its way. It's happening right now. We see it in the news. So it does feel like it's time to remember your magic, get back to the core and the center of who we are, and may be the focus on spirit, our journey. So it does look like you have embraced that, Scorpio, and really started your magical journey up again. So it looks like a recommitment, not a new space, but a recommitment to this, but maybe a new way of connecting with those in the psychic community. So that is what's happening right now. The Fool card is in the future position, and the Fool is one of my favorite cards. It is the 0. It doesn't really stand for being foolish. It stands for take a leap of faith. Try something new. The journey is beginning. It does look like you have done quite a lot of work over the last couple of months, maybe even the last year or so. And so the slate is pretty clean for you, Scorpio. Now it's time to fill those empty spaces up with your passions, things that you always wanted to do. Take a chance on trying something or someone new if you are just starting to open up your heart to dating again, for those single folks. But the Fool is here to remind us to take a chance. Just take a chance. It's something that is new. You know, given the choice between the old road and the new road, I always advise to try the new one. You can always go back and revisit the old one, but in the big picture, it's always better to move forward rather than back. So there is the Fool reminding you to take a chance, leap of faith, if you will. The Emperor is here. He is the basis of all this. He stands for great integrity, keeping it real. He is kind of like the senior of all kings. So it's about, being honest, keeping your priorities in order, setting a good example. The Emperor, chooses wisely for many, not just himself. So he comes from a non-ego space. This does feel like there may be some healing involved with yourself or your community, because there's a lot of orange here. So it does feel like you are continuing to heal yourself and looking for new avenues. Just keep it real. Keep your words with integrity and kindness. Speak your truth with love and unconditional kindness. So the Emperor is the basis here. It does feel like you have embraced a much more honest perception of yourself and the world around us. Therefore, you are able to move some things a little bit more because that you're looking at things that you want to change and taking a look at all the options to do so. But the Emperor really keeps it real. He's loving, he's protective, he thinks about others. He has a kingdom to run, so it's not just about him. So he's there to encourage Scorps to look at the big picture. Look at the big picture before making any big decisions. And I do see a couple of the wait and listen before making decision cards here. So you may have some more decisions coming up to sit with them for a while. And this card, when I ask Spirit what it means to you, is yes, it does have the look of being trapped. So you may feel like you're trapped a bit in a situation. You're trapped, just have to wait for others to complete something before you are able to jump in there and do your part. This can be work related as well, but it's also this card encourages us to stop and listen. Just listen. Just stop and be with it for a minute. Don't try to overanalyze, but just be with it for a moment and see what presents itself. It does have that feeling of trappings, and this can be over mental trappings. These swords are air signs. That is air, that is intellect. So you may be trapped by your own mind right now. So if you can just stop, Let it swirl a little bit, see what comes up before doing any knee-jerk reactions, but just listen to others. So this may call for the need to you reaching outside yourself a bit, and then just sitting with everything before you make some decisions. But it does look like you have felt trapped in your mind for a bit. You may have been experiencing trouble trying to sleep. That is kind of one of the side effects from the overthinking cards. But it does encourage you just to stop, be with it for a minute, turn off all your senses, and just except for your ears, listen. Just listen to see what is the best resolution for what you are looking for. The next card is the 10. This is, 10s are completions of things. 10s are ending of things or resolution of things. So it does feel like whatever these issues are, there will be resolution. 10s can be celebratory. This is also happy family, happy home, kind of things coming together. Your hard work paying off. Of course, Pentacles are all about money and physical things. So have you been cleaning the garage? Maybe you've been trying to work on the house, or learn a new trade to increase your skills. But it does look like some of your long-awaited journeys have been completed, and things that you've always wanted to do, things are coming to an end. So it's really time to celebrate and to pick some new beginnings. That's what the Fool is here. This phase is kind of ended. So this does feel like there might be some decisions as well around the family, around the home, either, what to do with the current one or creating a new one. But this does feel like it's a celebration. People seem to be getting along a little bit more within your nuclear family and your friends. So it's time to celebrate, enjoy the spring a little bit here in Western United States. But it does look like there's some resolutions coming through, and it does feel like it's about money. So you may have made your final child support payment. You may have paid off, some tickets or something with the Justice card. But it does feel like some long-term outpouring of money is coming to an end. So did you make your last payment on your house, on your mortgage, on your student loan? But it does feel like some things are coming to an end financially, so you can be a little bit more comfortable, move around a little bit more comfortably financially. Of course, this just doesn't mean it's a windfall. It just means that things are back to normal and not pulling on you so much. But it does look like you've been kind of allocating, reallocating, figuring out retirements or school loans or outgoing things and how to lessen that. So it does look like your hard work has started to pay off, and it seems like it's a little sunnier. What's on top of this is the 9. So you have the 9 and the 10. The 9 here is all about projects, healing yourself, putting your nurturing energy into your own projects and your passions, things that you've wanted to do for years. And it does feel like now is the time. Maybe your kids moved out of the house and you have that extra room to make your office or your art space or whatever. But it does feel like you have much more single projects, or not single projects. It feels more like your own projects, not family projects, not lending a helping hand to someone else, not a collaboration. This feels like this is your project. So have you wanted to redo the yard for years? Things like that. It's about getting back to your passion, planting those seeds, nurturing them to fruition and seeing what's happening. This bird is lighting up for me on her arm here, and that feels like there has been a renewed sense of freedom is what's coming to me. So have you left a relationship that was really cumbersome and emotionally not nurturing for you? It's bringing a sense of freedom. Have the kids left? Have you spoken your piece and made things better within your committed relationship? But it looks like some energy of some kind has been freed up a little bit, and you feel a sense of relief and joy. And it does feel like some of the things that really pissed you off, really made you angry in the past, kind of held you almost a prisoner with this anger, has been relinquished and released, and you're just letting it flow through you now. And it feels like the creative healing energy is coming now, and all things are possible. All it requires is a bit of your focus. That's it. So choose something and put your energy into it. But that sense of freedom here is giving you permission to just be wild, be creative, you know. If you're a dancer, sign up for a dance class, whatever that passion is that you've kind of put up for other people's happiness. Now it's time for you to make you the priority and your projects, your passions. So on the other side of this is the 5. Now 5s are usually a bit tumultuous. They can be challenges. This is upside down. So it does look like you have released some emotions. This is kind of the crying over spilt milk card, but it doesn't feel like that is in your awareness anymore. So was your heart broken a couple years ago? It does feel like you have gotten over or are getting over either betrayal or a heartbreak. This could even be someone who has passed on that you have been grieving, but it does feel like you are starting to release that pain from your heart and the pain from the emotions, and to really refocus yourself. You are here, and now is the time. Now is the time. You've really cleared a lot off of your plate, Scorpio, and I'm getting a message too that you may be hearing from a loved one from the past. This feels like a sexual partner, not just someone that you love, but it feels like it's a multi-dimensional love sexual relationship, and it does feel like you were really hurt in the past, and it feels like you were moving on from that you were able to heal yourself with or without the apology. And of course we have an apology here, so this may be what is the apology is about, but it does feel like there is some offering of I'm sorry from the past, but some kind of information or an email, some kind of communication from a lover from the past that owes you an apology, basically owes you an apology. So the Wheel of Fortune is here, and the Wheel of Fortune is a great card. It's a very lucky time. It reminds us to, whatever we put into life, we get out of it. So if we're stuck in the doom and gloom, that's what we create. Wheel of Fortune is here to remind you to spin that Wheel of Fortune and have some faith. Have some faith in your luck. Have some faith in yourself and in your tools and your skills. So take that leap of faith. You've got 2 kind of lucky cards sitting here going, try it. I've always wanted to join a bowling league. Now's the time to do it. Play the lotto. Ask that person out that you've always wanted to. But now is the time. Now is the time. Start a business. Start a great project. It's the beginning. Things are happening because of the clean slate and because of all the work that you've done in the past, Scorpio. So now it's time to recreate and reestablish yourself in where exactly you want to be. So it's really quite a gift to be able to start over. Doesn't feel like it at the time, but now you have luck behind you, and now is the time to put one foot in front of the other and try something new. So let's see what goddesses are here for you. I think this is Siege. This is quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. So yeah, now it's time to just kind of listen to what the God of your heart is telling you. And of course that kind of validates that card right there. All right, here's one. Come on out. Oh, there's 2. All right. Ani, take a leap of faith. Well, there's that one. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. And Aracura, blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process. Do not give up. So yeah, you've got a lot of validation here. This is kind of a blossoming card. You've got the nurturing here happening with the seeds. So Aracura is here to remind you to keep blossoming, keep blooming, keep your focus on yourself. It does look like you have been freed up from responsibilities of others. So now is the time. Take a leap of faith. Take a chance. You've got the Wheel of Fortune at your back. So there you go.